What's up, my people? It's your girl with TOMBOY Chronicles. This is a late recording because I just had to get off my chest before the weekend is over with. I was working this weekend with quite a bit of large staff. And my friend, she said to me yesterday, she was like, we're both alphas, so we're going to probably bump heads because of blah, 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 blah. And I stopped her and I was like, I am not an animal. I am not an alpha. And this so annoyed me. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to talk about this because, sometimes these woke people irritate me, and these people that call other people sheep irritate me. And in all actuality, I'm gonna get back to the alpha thing in a minute. In all actuality, those people that say, oh, y'all believe whatever y'all read or see and hear, they also believe whatever they read and see and hear, because they going on YouTube and doing the same stuff they saying us sheep are doing, and just taking what somebody else say that's controversial to the norm and just accepting what they're saying as truth or whatever because it's different. You a sheep too. You just following a different shepherd. Anywho, back to the alpha thing. So that's my point, because a term that's meant for something else, and then people decide to use it in another way, and all of a sudden it becomes the real thing. And when you Google stuff, you have urban dictionaries, Wikipedia, stuff like that that's kind of been exasperated or made up to and put out there, but it's really not the root of it. So real quick, alpha comes from animals that live in packs. The alpha is the one who either shown itself worthy or fought his way to be the leader of the pack. So these animals that roam in packs, they have to have a leader, a protector. That's what the alpha is. It's for animals. We ain't really out here roaming in packs, and you got your family or whatever, and the head of the house, you're supposed to protect the husband, whatever, but we're not out here rolling in packs or whatever. We're not animals. And then the term is alpha male. I am a female. So, the term is just so disrespectful. And one, it's animalistic. And another note, it's even if you take on the definition and relate it to us as humans, because we're not a pack, you didn't fight your way to protect us, so stop calling yourself an alpha male, because I don't know what you're dominating, but I don't know. Anyway, but we're not animals. Get your facts straight. Know your history. Understand what you're saying before you just say stuff and label things, whatever you're going to label it. But since you want to label it that, the alpha male comes from someone who has a dominating personality that is seen as top tier or whatever, and it could be a social status, it could be in the way you carry yourself, it could be in the way you handle business or whatever. And they always say the beta is the opposite, which means it's more submissive type of person or male or whatever, or kind of a pushover or whatever. But even if you want to use the term as it relates to us as humans, which we should not, it's an arrogant terminology. And if you're calling yourself an alpha, you're not a true alpha. An alpha is a leader. And we all know that leaders know when to lead and know when to follow. As a leader, you know how to build people up and not tear them down. So if you're out here calling yourself an alpha male, you're being very arrogant. If you're calling yourself an alpha female, just stop it. We got to stop taking these terms and these words and applying them to our life and speaking this crap over our lives just because somebody says one word that might sound like you, so all of a sudden you're this. Now, me personally, I'm assertive. I'm very passionate. I'm very direct, to the point, and I get things done. And I really don't, when it comes to business, I really don't take too much crap. So to label me an alpha because I got my shit together, it's just totally disrespectful. And, and to my friend, I mean, I get her point. We're business owners. We're women that are making moves and doing things that, the masses are not doing. So how we do those things could be different. So that will be the clash. It's not because we're two alphas. It's just, this is how I do my thing. This is how you do your thing. So, but when I come into your arena, I'm going to do it the way you want it done. In hopes that when you come in my arena, you do it the way I want it done. So guess what? I'm not an alpha. I'm an actual leader, and I know when to follow. And I know how to take a step back and allow someone else to lead. So, it was just, I hear the term so much, and people labeling people this, i.e. me. But keep in mind, I've never said I was alpha. I've never said anything like that. I'm just someone that has my stuff together. I like things done a certain way, and that's the way it works in my world. And if you're threatened by that, that's a you problem. That's not a me. And using the term alpha male to dominate women is so disrespectful and so shallow, and it's so degrading for you. Because if you're going around, I am man, hear me roar, you're showing your cards. You're distancing yourself from people. You're not going to have a pack. Because another thing about that, the term alpha for the pack mentality of these animals, the alpha is looked up to by their pack. They follow their pack leader, which is the alpha, so to speak. They trust them. They trust that person, or that animal, person. They trust that animal that leads their pack, that they will protect them, that they will look out for them. Now, if you're calling yourself an alpha and you're not doing those things, you should know right there, the term don't relate to you. Sit down somewhere. Gosh, we got to learn how to be respectful of each other and love each other. Like I always say, respect our differences. Love each other for who we are. Work in the confines of what brings us peace. And even if you feel like it'll be conflict with dealing with somebody, it's nothing wrong with not dealing with them and cutting them out your life. There's nothing wrong with that. But we don't have to justify it by labeling ourselves these different things to make it okay to be a certain way and act a certain way to others. I don't like when people say, well, that's just the way she is, because it seems like you have a problem with me. So it's like, no, let's talk about this. How am I? What can I do to make it better? Or do we need to part ways? We got to be adults and realistic about our situations and who we are. Start labeling ourselves after animals. I know everybody in today's zodiac signs and stuff like that. Their names of signs like Leo. Stop calling yourself lion just because they put the lion as your thing for Leo. You're not an animal. Good gracious. If we start thinking like human beings, then we start treating each other like human beings, and we start loving each other more. But I just wanted to say that real quick. Stop using the term alpha. I know it's not going to stop, but I'm just this one person with the rant or whatever. We're not roaming in a pack. You don't have no pack. You're not a pack master. You're not an alpha. Unless you're in a fraternity and it got alpha in the name or whatever, that's fine, I guess. But still, that's a letter. On that aspect, the alpha is the A in the Greek alphabet. You're an A. But anyway, love you guys as always. Talk to you soon. Thank you for checking us out. Good night.